Hey, and welcome in to the Morning Buzz. We are sponsored by Remy Martin, and I got the Remy gear today. Hang on, look, got the nice sleeves. The Remy Martin, yeah, I got a gift bag from Remy Martin, and I am going to share that gift bag with you. I've got some details on that. We're going to hook people up starting with this episode. And the more I look into the gift bag, the more I realize there's a lot of stuff for me to use and give away. Remy Martin, we love it. The cognac is great. Ginger beer in this works. The Remy margarita, the Remy Rita, I think that's it, or the Remy margarita, where you substitute lemon juice for lime juice and Remy for tequila, but you also use Cointreau, which is one of their brands. So there's a lot to do. So I wanted to let you know that inside this episode, I'm going to let you know how you can get some of the stuff. We got swag, so we're giving swag to you. I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience on Sunday going to the Bears game because it was a little bit different experience. I got a call from my Martinez over at WBBM. She's like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket. Do you want to go?" And ordinarily, my answer to questions like that are no, because number one, I've got a lot of work to do and a lot of note taking takes place while I watch games so that when we get on the air, we can be as informed as possible. The other reason that there's a no is because I have social anxiety. And so crowds are rough for me. But Maya and I have been friends for a long time. You know, I lovingly refer to her as my work wife, as she lovingly refers to herself. And she's like, "Let's go. It'll be fun." So I said, "Cool." But then there was a problem. The problem is that Mai's coming from north and I'm coming from Hyde Park. So trying to get to Soldier Field was a little bit of a hassle, and anyone who went to the Bears game on Sunday knows what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the half marathon was going on yesterday. So Lakeshore Drive was closed off between 31st and 67th. So anyone coming from the north could get to Soldier Field. Anyone coming from the south, you'd have to get creative in how you were going to get there until it was over. I think they opened things back up at 11, so people could end up flowing. But obviously that then is going to cause a little bit of a snarl as people are trying to drive into Soldier Field. So Mai was initially going to pick me up, but I was like, there's no way. Like when she was going to pick me up and then go into Will Call to get the tickets, which I was surprised that they were still paper tickets. I thought they had gone all digital, but whatever. And then having to park and all that stuff, I just said, "Look, I'll jump on the train and I'll meet you at the Peyton statue." And so I figured it'd be a nice little quiet morning. Usually when I commute to Soldier Field, if I'm going to go cover a game, I'm probably leaving the house in my beat days when I was working every day covering the Bears. I would probably leave the house about 8:30, 8:45. You get there, you get set up, you kind of split up some of the responsibilities of who's doing what, that sort of thing. As I've morphed into a talk show host, probably 9:30, 10 o'clock is about the time I'll leave the house, because whether I was living in Woodlawn or Kenwood or Hyde Park, it's 7 minutes exit to exit. Doesn't matter. So I get there pretty quick, and usually the media parks on the Waldron deck. So you're right there and you just walk in. So I was, in my mind, I'm like, no big deal. I'm going to jump on the Metro Electric at 57th Street. and take it to 18th Street and then walk over. I was not ready for how many Bears fans were already on the train coming in from the South Burbs and how many people were on the platform, along with all the folks who had finished the half marathon, who were getting back downtown to their cars or whatever. It was really cool. I ran into a bunch of fans that were extremely respectful of like my time and my space. And I don't know if that's just because you guys know or if they were just really polite people. And it made me feel very comfortable to engage. Like, someone said to me, like, what are you doing on the train? I would have figured that they helicopter you into Soldier Field. I'm like, I'm just a regular dude. I just happen to do the old sportsaroo on TV and on radio. And it was really nice. Like, people were talking about, I met some fans that were big Justin Fields fans that had gone to training camp in Latrobe. I met people that just wanted to talk about like what was wrong with the offense. So it made for a fun, and the ride from 57th Street to 18th Street, where if you're on the Metro Electric is where you get off at Soldier Field, it's like 12 minutes. It made those 12 minutes like fly by. And I ended up having a wonderful time. Then it was, meeting up with I didn't know that the Bears were giving out plastic bags in case you needed to get a plastic bag to get in. I think that's cool. And they met everyone right as you're coming across the 18th Street Bridge and right there as you're going in. I thought that getting into Soldier Field as a fan would be a much bigger headache than getting in as a member of the media. And the truth is, it's the reverse. The process for the media is not bad. It's actually really great. But I think that I was really proud of how Soldier Field kind of gets people in to the building. So shout out to the Park District and everyone working over there that's helping to do that. It was a fun experience. It was a really fun experience to watch the game from that perspective. It's a flip. My seats were opposite of where I ordinarily sit. Like, usually the press box is on the east side of the building. I was sitting on the west side of the building. These tickets were choice. It was 300 level, first row, 45, the north 45-yard line. That's damn near perfect. Right on the Bears bench. I could see all the stuff that was going on the sidelines. And I didn't have to use binoculars. Usually, if you're covering the game, hopefully someone in your crew, like Schuster or Les, would have binoculars. And you could, if there was something that you wanted to look at, you could look at it. But it was great. Another thing that was cool, usually halftime in the press box is more about kind of figuring out how you were going to, what things were important, setting up like how you were going to ask questions in post game. You go to the bathroom, you go get something to eat, and then the third quarter is underway. Experiencing the halftime show was amazing. It is Latin American History Month. And so they're celebrating that. And they had this mariachi band that was so good. And they had a field full of dancers. And it was beautiful and colorful. And the weather was perfect. And so people could have a really good time, along with the fact that the Bears then rallied and they won the game. It was an experience, man. Like, it was a eye-opening experience. I had never been to Soldier Field for a Bears game as a fan. Like, I've seen college football games there. I've seen high school games there, and I've seen Chicago Fire play there. I've never had a ticket for a Bears game. So being 49 years old and I wanted to like experience all of it. And I thought the game day experience at Soldier Field was pretty awesome. The only thing I didn't like, I went and got Maya beer, and I got a water and a couple of dogs. And I get that, you don't want to give people full cans because then they could throw it, or full bottles. So they would throw it. But I was stuck trying to carry everything because they didn't have, or at least they didn't offer me a carrier for everything. And I've got an open beer in a cup, and I've got an open bottle of water. It was a little treacherous, but everyone was like super cool. Everyone that was inside my section, people said hello. They were enjoying the game, and I really enjoyed being there. I don't know if I'll go again just because, or anytime soon, just because of the things that you missed. Like, I'm going to go rewatch the game because I didn't see it on TV after I'm done posting this. But it was really joyous. And I thank everyone who was so cool. People that, even if they're just waving and saying, we love the new afternoon show. What's up? Loho, how you doing? Glad that you're here. I was treated very well. Very well. And that's always a good thing. So I wanted to say a hearty thank you to everyone who was very kind and warm. That was the thing. I felt it was a warm environment, at least for me. From the time I got onto the train platform to the time I made it back to Hyde Park, it was a very warm environment. So thanks for that. You need that type of stuff. But you're like, wait, didn't you say you were going to give away some stuff? Yes, I said I was going to give away some stuff. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you what I'm giving away. First up, I got a Remy Martin t-shirt. So you can sport it and represent. That is going to 4th place. Okay. 3rd place, a Remy Martin cap. The Remy Martin. I have one too, so you're not taking away from me. 2nd place, the smaller bottle of the Remy. The smaller bottle. This is good, just like it's good for a morning buzz or a nightcap. 1st place, the big bottle of Remy Martin VSOP. Woo! I've got more, but this is just the start. Here's how we're going to do this. All I want you to do is email the word Remy, REMY, to House of L. House of L podcast at gmail.com. House of L podcast at gmail.com. And we'll just go in order of when they are received. 1st place gets the big bottle. 2nd place gets the little bottle. 3rd place gets the cap. 4th place gets the t-shirt. If you're smart, you're emailing House of L podcast at Gmail right now. So I want to give you a little something because Remy Martin has been really good and been a great partner. I got all sorts of fly shit, y'all. I got a bomber jacket over there. I got background stuff. There'll be more giveaways. But man, I got hooked all the way up by Remy Martin. Make it one of your game day choices or your celebratory choices. I had a Remy old fashioned with my guy Jim from Remy last week. It was delicious. Mess around with some cocktails. You'll be good to go. But email your boy. Don't do it in the comments. The comments get you nothing. It's got to be through the email so I can connect with you and get your football information and send you the stuff. Okay. So that's the morning buzz, y'all. We're giving away Remy Martin products, talking about our experiences, and a Bears win. It's wild, right? Thanks for the support as always. I'll talk to you soon.